Look at me doing a sit down video. Who's surprised? I'm shocked. Hey y'all, welcome back to the realm of comics where we discuss everything books, manga, comics, and graphic novels related, which are books. But listen, I haven't done a sit down video in a long time other than to sit down and film a clip for a vlog. So here we are, which I will be filming a clip for a vlog that you'll be getting from me this week. But I have been accumulating some stuff, and usually this is not me. I typically do not do a lot of hauling unless it's library hauls, which once I clear out some of the stuff that I have checked out, I think I will go in and possibly do a library haul as well. But I wanted to show y'all some things that I have picked up recently. This has been within the past maybe 5 to 6 weeks, so this is probably the most that I've acquired in a while, and I really just want to put the stuff away. It's been sitting in this box like by my filming area now for a while, and I just need to go ahead and film and get it out. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about a lot of this stuff, but this is all manga, manhwa, and danmei pickups. I do not have any graphic novels in this set of pickups, only because there are a couple that I do have. Don't get me wrong, there are a couple that I do have on standby on a wish list right now, but this was stuff that I have recently gotten that I prioritized. So let me get everything out of the box and then we'll go through each thing one by one. Okay, so I just realized I don't have everything with me, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. I'll just kind of mention some of the things I don't have. So it's not as much as I thought. It's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 things, and then I lied and I was like, oh, I didn't get a graphic novel. That's not true. Penguin Teen sent me what appears to be a young adult graphic novel called Luminous Beings. So I did have one graphic novel on this list. I don't know much about this one except that it is set over the course of a single day. And it is about some zombified animals, which I think is really interesting. So this seems to be kind of like sci-fi-esque. Interested in the fact that a lot of publishing companies now are prioritizing the importance of having a young adult breakout for graphic novels, because before you had a lot of children's and middle grade and adult, and it was kind of hard to navigate recommendations for a teen audience, and now we're beginning to see a plethora of teen graphic novels, which I'm not upset about. So I did get sent that one by Penguin Teen. And then we can just start, I guess, from left to right. I did mention these in a previous vlog, but I did get volumes 4, volume 5, and volume 6 of The Promised Neverland. I had went to a con a few weeks ago, or probably close to a month ago now. By the time, the week that this is going up, it's been almost a month since I went. And I was able to get, I think it was 4 for $20. So you pick out any 4 volumes of manga for $20. And I decided to pick up these 3 volumes of The Promised Neverland. Now, I've only read volume 1, which if you read The Promised Neverland, you know how like jarring volume 1 is, and I haven't continued, but I own the first 3 and I was like, I want to continue with the series. So when I saw these and I saw that they were in pretty good condition, because all the manga that they were selling was used, and these looked like they were in excellent condition, I was like, let me just go ahead and pick these 3 volumes up. I also went ahead and picked up volume 6 and volume 7 of the Apothecary Diaries. I have read volumes 1 through 4. I have volume 5, I think, on my kitchen counter waiting for me to read. I planned on picking up some of these for 30 and 30, so we'll see how far I get. I believe that we're up to volume 12 in this one. I really, really like the series. I adore Mao as a character. A lot of people are currently reading the Apothecary Diaries for 30 and 30, and I keep hearing how dark this series ends up getting, and it makes me super nervous because it's been pretty gritty already. and I'm only 4 volumes in, but to know with volume 12 recently releasing that it's gotten even more dark makes me super nervous, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna power through, and it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be just fine. I did also end up picking up, which I'm so pissed about the way this came like in the packaging, because if you can't really tell, it's kind of warped because it got bent. I mean, I could put it between 2 books and flatten it out a little bit, but that just kind of irritated me. I did decide to start collecting Delicious in Dungeon. I believe I mentioned this in a previous vlog where I was like, I don't really collect until I get a general feel for how I'm going to enjoy the series. And I read the first 2 volumes of Delicious in Dungeon. I will go back and eventually get volumes 1 and 2, but I am on volume 3, and I was like, you know what? I'm enjoying the series enough that I feel like it is justification for me to pick it up. I'm really liking it. I'm appreciating like the storytelling, the artwork. It's just a really, really fun series, and I know that this just recently finished up as well, and so I'm excited now to be collecting it. Another thing about me as a collector is like, I know people will buy like a large amount in a series. I don't particularly do that. I am the type of person who will slowly collect and put money aside and get a volume here and there, only because it's the most financially responsible thing for me to do. I can't afford to spend like $400, $500 on graphic novels, manga, and comics in a month. Like, I don't have the budget for that. Power to y'all who do though, but I know for me in my household, it just works for me to just get like 1 or 2 volumes at a time in a series, and then also like taking into consideration that I must like really like the series before I ultimately decide to pick it up, because I've been burned. I've been burned. Sometimes I'll take a risk. There's 2 things in here that I'm not familiar with that I'm taking a risk with. So every now and then I'll do that, but for the most part, I like to read a little bit first and then slowly collect. The next thing that I don't have the first one. I've been talking about it so much. So many of y'all have already commented about me reading this being my first Danmei, but y'all do know that I picked up the first volume of The Husky Cat. The Husky and His White Cat Shizun, also known as Urha. So I literally have talked about this on my Goodreads. I've talked about this in my vlogs, and so many people have been like, you choosing Urha was a choice. That was a choice for you to be choosing Urha as your first Danmei. I am still currently reading volume 1, but I did pick up volume 1 and 2. I will not pick up any more in the series, nor will I pick up any more Danmei until I finish these 2. That's just kind of my stipulation, because Danmei is not cheap. Viz sells all of these at a price point of $20 a pop, which is probably the running price for which you would get in any like adult like trade paperback. But $20 is like a half tank of gas at this point. So I made an agreement with myself. I did read a good portion of the first volume from a copy that I had checked out from the library, and I made that deal with myself that if I read that and I enjoyed it, then I would allow myself to get these first 2 volumes, and then after that, like, I would need to finish it before I picked up any more. So if I want to continue to pick up Danmei and read some more series, then I need to finish some more. But it is dark, by the way, just so you do know. Urha is definitely, I get it, it's not for the faint of heart, but I feel like it's going to get darker as I go along, and I'm only like 20% into the first one. The next series that I ended up picking up is this series. I read the first volume of the series in June and like loved it. Enjoyed it, 5 stars. I read it through the Viz app, and I was like, why did it take me so long to read the series? I was like blown away that it took me that long. And so I picked up Kaiju number 8 volume 1, which like I said, I read this one and I gave it 5 stars. Kaiju number 8 is such a good series, and I understand why people like it so much, and I like was so hesitant to pick it up. But man, oh man, I really, really enjoyed volume 1. It was so good. So then I also picked up Kaiju number 8 volume 2, and then I also picked up Kaiju number 8 volume 3, which I love these covers also. Like, Yes, yes, we love to see it. The next thing that I picked up should be of no surprise to anyone, and I know y'all about sick of me doing this, and I do want to see if I can get through both of these. I mean, it is a feat because they're both easily 500 pages, but they're also bind-ups. But I don't know. Part of me wants to like pick these up for 30 and 30, right? Then part of me is like, I don't want to do that because I kind of want to vlog my process reading this by each story arc and create a separate vlog for each story arc with spoilers. And so I might just hold off, and I still need to get 2 of these omnis. So I'll just go ahead and show you. I did end up getting the One Piece omnis. I got the 456 and the 789. These are both still in the East Blue story arc of One Piece. I know that people are eating One Piece up right now, which I love to see. I did not think personally that I was going to like One Piece. I started reading it for the first time last year, and I was blown by how much I enjoyed One Piece. I was genuinely like, I'm not gonna, like, this is not for me. It's such a huge commitment. I mean, we're over 100 volumes into the series, and I was like, I'm not gonna like it. And one of my big hiccups was like, I loved it so much, but I was like, I don't want to buy the individual volumes. Like, I just don't have the space for it. And so knowing that I could get my hands on these omnis that have 3 volumes in them at one time, I was like, okay, now I feel comfortable collecting, because now it just feels better having the 3-in-1s as opposed to doing the single ones. Now, I was going to try to read these for 30 and 30. I absolutely love these spines too, y'all. Like, I love these. See if it'll focus. I love these spines so much. Like, on a shelf, they'd be so nice together. But I think what I'm going to do is that I'm going to collect for each, like, story arc, right? And do a vlog for each story arc. And in that case, I would not do this for 30 and 30 because I kind of want this to be its own standalone thing. And granted, I've already read part of East Blue. I think that I will go back and start from the beginning. So probably this month at some point, probably as a birthday present to myself, because my birthday is this week, I will go ahead and pick up volumes, the 3-in-1 for 1, 2, and 3, and 10, 11, 12, because I think it's volumes 1 through 12 make up East Blue. So, but I did pick up those 2. Why I didn't pick up the rest of it, who knows? Like, who knows? For 30 and 30, I have recently been reading a lot of Tokyo Pop's Love Love line. So I decided to pick up this one, Let's Eat Together, Aki and Haru. And I don't really know much about this, so let me tell you something. I've been enjoying what I've been reading from the Love Love line. That was kind of a bonus because I've been reading a lot on Hoopla from the Love Love line. Because for some reason, I don't know whether Hoopla has a contract with Tokyo Pop. I know that they do with Kodansha, so they carry a lot of the Kodansha stuff, but I don't know if there was kind of an agreement between them and Tokyo Pop, but they have a lot of the Love Love line, and I've been reading a lot of that stuff digitally, especially, oh gosh, I can't even remember the name of the series that I've been kind of like flying through, but I knew this one was coming out. Y'all know me, I'm always on the hunt for like new food manga, like always. Always looking out for new food manga, and this one popped up, and I am taking a chance on it because I don't know much about it. So that's a risk that I'm taking, okay? I just want to let y'all know that. This is one of those where I'm not 100% sure yet. I did pick up volume 26 of Food Wars. It's been a long time coming. Eventually, I'm going to get into the 30s with the series. I've been slowing down my pace as I have been reading through it for 30 and 30. By the time this video goes up, I think we probably will have like another couple of weeks left. So I may try to get through some more volumes of it, but I've been kind of slowing down my pace with 30 and 30 because I've had some other stuff that I've been needing to read that I've been kind of neglecting. But I did pick up volume 26 of Food Wars. And then I got a manhwa that I've been meaning to read for a while. This is Punch Drunk Love, and this is a BL, if I'm not mistaken. This is the BL office romance, and this is part of the Seven Seas webtoons line that they have, which I think is really interesting. But I've heard interesting things about this one, and I wanted to pick it up, so I just went ahead and got it because it's been a very, very long time since I have really bought like books for myself. If you know me, then you know that it's been a while. So the other thing that I bought to catch up on a series is Dinosaur Sanctuary Volume 4. I've read volumes 1 and 2. I have volume 3 upstairs, which I had queued up for 30 and 30, and then I want to read volume 4, and I believe volume 5 comes out later this month. I feel like volume 5 is slated to come out in the later half of this month, like before the month ends. I think we are getting volume 5. I love the series so much. If you're a fan of like Jurassic Park, all things dinosaurs, kind of like mystery-esque elements to it, I would definitely recommend checking this one out. I am excited to see where the story is going to go. It's been a while since I've been super invested in a series like this, so yeah, thought let me just go ahead and pick up volume 4 and keep it together. Now, these last two are probably the ones that I'm most excited about, outside of probably the One Piece and Urhal stuff. I was so excited about this because, mind you, I did not know that Viz had licensed this mangaka's work. Okay, like more of this mangaka's work. I found out about one of them through someone was doing a manga buyer's guide for the month of September, and I was watching it, and the name popped up, and I was like, what? And so doing a little research, and then listening to them, they were talking about how Viz had licensed out, or licensed to put out more of this mangaka's works, and it makes me really excited. Now, one of them I feel like is in the traditional vein of what I expect from her, and then the other one is a little different because it is a supernatural mystery, which is not what I would expect from her. Now, I flipped through these just like looking at the artwork, and it really surprised me about how much I'm gonna have to detach myself from one series because her art is so it's so distinctive. Like, I don't know, I'm more familiar with it like because I read a lot of picture books as a librarian, that an illustrator's artwork becomes very familiar to my eyes. Like, I can look and I'll be like, oh, without even you like telling me, I know who the artist is on it. And in this case, it's gonna be so hard for me to detach. And the mangaka I'm talking about is Ayazawa. Okay, so I picked up 2 of Ayazawa's series that I'm excited. I still haven't even read, hold on, and I really wanted to read this for 30 and 30 because it has my favorite color. Like, one of the prompts is to read something that has your favorite color on the cover, and it has purple, and that's my favorite color. But I still haven't read Paradise Kiss, right? And I'm debating on whether I want to read Paradise Kiss for 30 and 30 as well. Even though this is a chunker, it will take me a long time. It's like almost 800 pages long. It's a thickie, but it's all 4 volumes in one. It's so hard. Like, flipping through this, looking at some of the artwork and some of the characters, all I see is Nana. All I see is Nana with long hair, and I have to stop. And with this one, like, not so much. I don't feel like I see her as much in this one as I do in the other one, where I'm like, okay, like, so there's this Wait, where is this? Is this... Okay, so there's this one panel right here where I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like Nana. So I'm gonna have to detach myself from that. But I did get both of these because I really do adore Ayazawa, y'all. And I know that I don't think we're ever gonna get anything else from her in the future. She stopped writing maybe like 2015, 2016. Fact check me if I'm wrong on that, but it's been a very, very long time since she's created anything. And I don't have the expectation that she will create anything in the future. But it's nice that Nana has drawn so much popularity that it's gotten a reprint, which some of my volumes need to be I need to get new copies of some of my volumes because I was getting them when Nana was effectively like not widely available. So a lot of my copies are like used library copies, but it was what I was willing to deal with because I really wanted to read the series. Now I can replace those copies and get rid of those. But it's nice that that has gained so much traction and people are interested in Paradise Kiss, and so they have licensed to be able to get these in English. Two very different works here. Like I said, this one is a supernatural mystery about two star-crossed lovers, which I think is a little bit different than what I'm used to from her. And this one is like fashion based, so it's not too far removed from Paradise Kiss. I think this one is more in the vein of what she has done in the past, but this one, like, or more, I won't say what she did because these are all older works, but I think this is more in line with what I think I'm used to seeing in English from her, whereas this one is going to be like a little different of a vibe, which I'm not mad at. But yeah, I mean, I saw them. I mean, I think Neighborhood Story has like 4 volumes out, so there's that. But last quarter just started coming out this month. Like, this just came out this month. So I'm excited to have more of Ayazawa on my shelf. Y'all know how I feel about her. Like, I stand that woman. She don't know me from a can of paint, and I adore her. So yeah, y'all, that's it for my pickups for this month. I finally could put this shit on my shelf. Like, I've been like delaying putting it on my shelf, and it's time. Like Rafiki said, it is time for this stuff to go on my shelf. But that is it, y'all. Let me know what you've been picking up in the last several months or last couple of weeks, whether you collect or not. I probably will do a library haul sometime soon, if not this month, maybe sometime next month, because I do check out a lot of my stuff from the library, and that helps me make very good judgments on what I am willing to purchase and what I'm not willing to purchase, because sometimes I could read something from the library and I'm like, like, you know, like, it's kind of mid. I don't really care either way. Like, it's not gonna faze me. And some things I do end up having to buy because my library just is unable to get them, but it does help me kind of make decisions. So I don't want to exclude my library checkouts. If I do like hauls or pickups on this channel, I don't want to exclude that because a lot of my reading is done via the library. Shout out to my library, always coming through in the clutch. Granted, I am part of the team that buys this stuff, but that's beside the point. That's beside the point. Alright, y'all. As always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, click the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. And if you're looking to follow me on social media, support this channel, all the links will be down in the description box below. And I'll be back with another video soon. Bye!